What's going on, YouTube? This is Grant. I've been wanting to do this vlog for the longest now, but I've been slacking off. It's what I do best, is slack off, so I'm gonna do it now. I wanted to share a particular moment in time of my life, which was a few years ago when I was 16. I think it might have been 16 or 17, I don't really know. Around this point of time in my life, I used to experiment a lot with drugs and hallucinogens, and this story stuck out the most. It's it's a really funny story. It's really tripped out, and only a few of my close friends that have known me for a while know this story. Like I was saying, it happened when I was 16 years old, 16 or 17 years old, and I went to a friend's birthday party. His name was Ramon, really cool guy. He spun music and everything. He's one of those kids that are really into like dark industrial music, dark noise, and like really evil techno-y electrical stuff. So me and a few people, me and a few of my friends decided to go to his birthday party, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll go to his birthday party. Went over there, they're spinning some techno music, spinning some industrial music, and they're all dropping acid. Well, some people were dropping acid, and some people were dropping E, and some people were just smoking and drinking. And I was like, whatever, I have some money, so I'll give you some money for some acid. So I paid whoever it was that was selling it, and I took some. And I had a choice to either take a certain kind to another kind, and I'm like, whatever, give me the strongest one that you have. So I got the strongest kind that they had, and I think I may have even heard someone say, someone's going to have a bad trip if they eat that. I'm like, whatever. You know, a trip's a trip to me. I've done a lot at this point of time being, and I'm like, whatever, just hand it to me. So I drop it. 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, I'm starting to feel the body trips, and I'm starting to feel pretty good. You know, start talking a lot. I stopped dancing because things were kind of melting, and things were just out of place. So later on that night, I go to the bathroom, and I take a leak, flush the toilet, I wash my hands, and I look down at the sink. So I'm looking down at the sink, and I'm washing my hands. I spread cold water on my face, and I look up, and I look at myself, and everything just started to melt away, and I just started losing myself. I was like, what's going on? Where am I? And as I'm standing there, everything just starts to fade away in this certain kind of, this reality that I was at. And I was no longer in control of who I was and where I was and what I was doing. So I flush the toilet again for some reason, and it flushes, and I can hear the water going down the toilet drain. And I'm like, I need to stop the toilet water from going down the hole, or else I'll die. So I'm looking around the bathroom. I'm like, fuck, can I plug this hole for the water to stop? And I grab this conditioner bottle, and it's like perfect fit, perfect size to put on this hole. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at this conditioner bottle, and it says, if you use this conditioner bottle, you are going to die. I am going to kill you. I'm like, what? What is this conditioner bottle saying? And come later finding out, I find out that it was actually written on there. Like, their roommate actually wrote, if you use my conditioner bottle, you will die, or I will kill you, on there, because apparently someone's been using their conditioner bottle. Which just completely fucked me up, because I thought this conditioner bottle was saying it was going to kill me if I used it. So, knowing me back then, when I was 16, I used to carry a knife around, and I took out my switchblade, turned it up, I got it out, and I started stabbing this conditioner bottle open. And I take it, and I yanked it open. I started swishing it around the bathroom, all over the place. And I'm standing there with this conditioner bottle going, what the fuck have I done? So I took the conditioner bottle, and I plugged the hole. I took the top, and I covered it back in. And then I go about my business. I leave the bathroom, I sit there, and I'm sitting there. And I'm starting to lose it. And someone's playing Lords of Acid in the background. The music is completely talking to me. And I'm starting to get worried. I'm starting to get violent. I grab this hammer. I'm gripping it, and I'm like looking around at people, kind of violently. And people are starting to get worried. They're like, "What's going on with Grant? Why is he holding a hammer, looking around at people, like he's gonna kill them?" So they're trying to take the hammer away from me. They finally take it away from me, and someone finds out what I did in the bathroom. They ended up kicking me out of the party, and I'm walking there, and I take off my shirt, so I'm shirtless, and I take off my shoes and my socks, and as I'm walking around, I'm looking at stuff, and I'm starting to spell things. I don't know what it was, but I was spelling things. I was spelling people's names. I was spelling out my friend Kim. I was like, Kim, K-I-M, Kim. McDonald, M-C-D-A-N-O-L-D, McDonald, Kim McDonald. And so I finally get picked up by someone that left that party because he came with me. And they pick me up, and they're like, Grant, what's wrong with you, man? Are you okay? What's going on? And as I'm talking to this person, he's spelling out his ABCs. He's going A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, I'm like, if I don't spell my ABCs faster than this guy, I'm going to die. So he comes up again. Hey, Grant. A, B, C, D, F, G. And I'm like, A, B, C, D, F, G, F, G, F, Z. I'm like, fuck, I beat him. And so we got in the car. Another friend of mine was driving. I get in the car, and I see stop signs. I'm like, stop sign. S-T-O-P, stop. Finally go back to my friend's house, who I came from before I went to this party. And he comes out, and he's like, Grant, A, B, C, D, F, G, D. I'm like, what the fuck? People are spelling their ABCs faster than me. So I'm like, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, Z. I'm like, I beat him, I can live. I'm not gonna die tonight, I can live. I spelled my ABCs faster than him. The people were walking in, there was like 3 of us, and the last guy that was walking in, I handed him something from my pocket. I don't know if it was real, I don't know if it was in my head or not. It was a piece of paper with the letter A on it. I was like, A, and I handed it to him. And he takes it. He's like, A, it's just a letter. Don't worry about it. It doesn't exist. And I'm like, A, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And I come in, and I'm like, none of this exists. And that's when everything just started turning topsy-turvy, and I am just completely losing it. I started running around in circles in this apartment, and I run towards his door. Bam! I hit his door, and I actually knocked it off the hinges. And I'm looking around, I'm like, there's a door on the floor. And I grab the handle and I try to climb inside of it, trying to go inside of the floor. And they take the door away from me. They put it away, and they were like, Grant, we're calling the ambulance. We're calling the ambulance. You're gonna be here. You need to calm down. We're taking you to the hospital. And I'm like, A. And there was just flying letters all over the place. There were letter A's just flying around everywhere. And one settles onto this poster. Now this poster was actually there. His room had a lot of posters on there. And it was a Vampire the Masquerade poster. It's got a guy there going, come on in. And I'm like, A. I actually tried to jump inside of the poster. They left me outside with someone to watch me. And I'm looking at him. And I'm like, what is reality? He turns around and he goes, reality is whatever you make it out to be. I'm like, what's your mouth's getting stuck together? And I hear, woo, woo. And I'm actually completely naked. at this point, completely naked. I'd lost my pants. Before I tried to jump into the poster, I'd lost my pants, I lost my underwear. I'm actually running around this apartment complex, butt naked, and I thought I was running in a straight line. But apparently I wasn't. I was running around in circles, and it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, why am I not going anywhere? Because I see the same houses, and I see the same doors like all the time. I'm like, why am I not going anywhere? And I mean, I was running around in circles. I actually stopped, and I kind of crawled on the floor, and I'm spelling my ABCs. I'm like A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T, and a cop comes by. He's covering me with a towel, and he's like, "Son, what are you on?" And 3 letters came to my head. I actually snapped back onto reality, and I go, LSD. And I looked around, I'm like, fuck, why the fuck did I just say that to a cop? And I lose it again. I'm like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. And they grab me. They put me on the stretcher. They tie my hands up onto the stretcher, so I'm bounded on the stretcher. And I'm like, I'm dying, this is hell. And they're all looking at me like, with their eyes kind of melting off of their face. So they rushed me to the hospital, being rushed to the hospital. And I'm sitting there, they put an IV on me, they gave me something to stop my tripping, and I'm slowly losing consciousness, slowly losing it, and then I passed out. Then later on that morning, I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I look down, I go, where the fuck are my clothes? I was like, oh my god, what went on last night? I was like, oh, my parents are gonna fucking kill me. And and they called my parents. And they went and picked me up from the hospital. And I put on my clothes, and that was the day that my mom found out that I did hallucinogens. That was when I kind of changed from doing it every single day, doing like whatever I felt like, and actually being more conformed about it, being more discreet about it. And so, I don't know, I just thought it was a funny story, and so I share it with you guys. So.